Good afternoon. It's me. It's day 20. I recorded a beautiful, epic, 9.5 minute episode of Laugh, Cry, Repeat this morning. The microphone wasn't on. So all that beautiful wisdom and insight, just gone. It's temporary, I suppose. Wisdom comes, wisdom goes. What it was is it was sparked by a comment that my friend Kathleen made on my Facebook page in response to my paint night painting. What happened was last night, as I mentioned yesterday, I think, I went to paint night with my 25-year-old daughter, Madison. And this is our third time going to paint night, and we had a blast. It's always just so much fun. We were joking that we're like that mother-daughter. Like, there's no drama between us. There's not any weird, if you had a decent boy job, hey, what's with your hair? I don't like those tattoos or whatever. We don't have that kind of relationship. So we're like the mother-daughter couple that we do stuff. We went to the sushi thing and 3 paint nights. This is totally fun. She's really an awesome kid. So for all of you moms out there who have little kids and think it's never going to end, or even worse, if you think I'm so sad my kids are growing up, they're growing up too fast. I mean, enjoy where you are, but just trust me, having grown-up kids is totally cool. I love it. So we're at paint night, and then I came home, and I put all 3 of my paint nights paintings in the order in which they were painted. And the first one, always when I looked at it, it's always oh God, a 5-year-old could have painted this. I really I dissed it, seriously. I was majorly ugh, this is embarrassing. I don't even want to hang it up. So anyway, I posted all 3 I did a 1, 2, 3 to sort of show my improvement. And my friend Kathleen, who I've known for 25 years, I literally met her before I met Larry, puppy. She was I like the first one best. And I went, wow. So I told her, I said, thank you for posting this, because it's got me rethinking. I'm going to wait. I'm going to hit this send. I'll tell you later on who that was, or I'll tell if it's you who's calling, you'll know. Anyway, so barking and banging, and this is my life, guys. This is my life. Anyway, so I told her, I said, thank you very much for posting that, because now I'm going to look at it with new eyes. And I could see what she meant. After looking at it the second time, it's more minimalistic. It's not as detailed or sophisticated. It's much more streamlined and abstract. And then it got me thinking, how often do we do that? How often do we let that negative inner voice make us discount our creative expression? Well, it sucks. It's something that a 5-year-old could do. Anybody could do that. I don't have any talent. When I first became a writer, I was not a writer. I didn't get trained to be a writer. My degree is I have a doctorate education in organizational psychology. And so my degree was not in writing. I became a writer along the way. I'm literally sitting here wondering if I should stop this and record it again, except that this is my second time doing it and I don't want to start over again. I'm on minute 4. So we're just going to power through it. We really, really are. But how often do we do this? We discount our talent. I didn't think I had any talent in writing until this one person, Tom Shields, was a coach friend of mine. He's like, Traci, that's your gift. That's your gift. I'm talking, this was 20 years ago, right? Or maybe 17, whatever, a long time ago. And it wasn't until really, honestly, a moment that happened where I'd written an audio program for Nightingale Conant called The Top 2%. And I was at a FedEx Kinko's with Larry, who was photocopying final exams. And I looked on a bookshelf and I saw a book published by Simple Truth Publisher called The Top 2%, standing right next to Stephen Covey's like Habits of Highly Successful People, and next to Dale Carnegie and Tony Robbins, and like my book. So I open it up. I'm like, wait, what? Because they didn't, I ghost wrote it, so they didn't tell me. I didn't get royalties or anything. Open it up. It's my words. It's my words. It's the little diagrams that I made using, Microsoft Word on my computer that they made look pretty for a book. Like, what? So, like, my book was being sold across the land at FedEx Kinko's. That was like, I literally dropped to my knees right there in the middle of FedEx Kinko's and started crying. I was like, I wrote this is my book. And like, right, sure, lady, okay, I'll clean up on aisle 2, right? Some crazy lady. But that was the moment when I thought, oh my God, I'm actually, because they didn't edit it at all. It was like the actual, everything I wrote. And I'm like, oh my God, I can write. I actually have some talent. How much did I waste time for the 17 years that everybody's like, Traci, you're a really good writer. And I'm like, yeah, but I listened to that negative voice in my head that I call Abbott. Now, I had another insight this afternoon about the role of ego, because I've been talking a lot in this last few weeks about how ego does this, and ego's been like kind of getting a bad rap. My mental character called ego has been getting a bit of a bad rap. But I also realized that every inner team member that you've got in your mind is there for a reason. They're not just, it's not to push it away. The goal is not to get rid of ego. The goal is to listen to what it's trying to tell you. All right. So for example, I was feeling upset about something this afternoon, and it felt very egoic. It felt like an egoic attachment to a situation. But then I realized that what ego was doing was helping me to create a healthy boundary, helping me to realize I'm on this side of the boundary, you're on that side of the boundary, right? So ego created a separation, which in this case was good, because it enabled me to have clarity about my role in a situation, not to become over enmeshed or codependent or any of the things that I have a tendency to do. So ego is helpful. Your negative self inside you is helpful. And it's the thing that causes you to be careful and not make mistakes and not be, really endanger things. It's what helps you to be cautious. But the flaw comes is when we think that we are the egoic voice. We think we are the negative voice. We don't understand that that's just part of who we are. That's just a voice in our head. We're not any one emotion. We're not anything. We're something deeper than that. So if we can listen to the negative voice, I call it Abbott. If we can listen to ego and be like, what are you trying to tell me that's designed to help me? And get the message without becoming emotionally entangled with the role that psychical being, entity, whatever is playing. So the bottom line is that my paint night enabled me. You can see the picture, by the way. It's right there. That's the one that I painted last night. And I was doing the same thing, by the way. I was like, well, that branch is going out too far that way. And, no, it's perfect for where I am right now. My branches are growing. Whenever Madison does, hers are always really, her colors are more dark and vibrant. And that's more consistent with her personality. If you think I'm intense, Madison is extremely intense. So the fact is that you have a gift. You have a gift. And maybe that little voice in your head is going, yeah, but like nobody wants to hear it. So what? I mean, if your gift is teaching a child how to bake cookies, or, giving love to a rescued dog, or being the best widget maker in town, all right, whatever it is that you do, give it. Don't let yourself not give it because you think it's stupid or anybody could do it or you're not going to earn money or it's not the right time or any of the things that you say to keep yourself from giving your gift. Don't do what I did and wait 17 years before you go, oh, wait, I'm actually a writer. Anyway, that's all for now. This is not what it was this morning. It was beautiful this morning. I just want you to know. It was eloquent and like, I looked good. I had makeup. I had a tiara. My room was clean. No. I didn't have a tiara. I looked just like this. There was not as much of that and pinging and plinging and stuff. So anyway, bye everyone. Talk to you tomorrow. Today's day 20. Tomorrow will be day 21. Bye.